Alright guys, this is Dogmath here for day 22 of our Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes playthrough. So logging in today, we're getting 80 crystals. That's a really nice thing to be getting. The crystals are probably the hardest to get currency that there is. So we got 80 more of those. And our inbox, we have a friend request. Sidious is really good, but now that we have him, we're going to be running him all the time. So I'm going to go ahead and reject that one. First thing that we want to do, get our free bronziums, those ones with the longest cooldown, so you want to start doing them first. And then we'll do our typical kind of standard stuff here. Buy our shipments. We'll only buy the gold. Never buy the ones that cost crystals. It's tempting if we're going for Luminara or we're going for, hopefully not one of those guys. But never do it. It's not worth it. It's inefficient. Alright, oops. Then going to characters. I did turn in a bronzium pack off stream, and I got a character. The answer was that character was the Royal Guard, who I already have, and this gives you 7 shards for him. You all already have him. So I was able to level him up to 2-star. So it wasn't terrible, but not really what I was after. But I was going to try and farm out those last two shards anyway, just to get him to 2-star for that tank battle. But there you go. So it could have been worse, but if you're going to get a character, you kind of want one that's going to be a little bit more useful than that. So, anywho, I need to look for someone that we can level up, and then someone else that we can also train. Or sorry, equip. We have no one that's equipable right now. Who's easy to farm? I can get one of those pretty easily. My last sim. Awesome, great luck there. I'll equip, then go ahead and upgrade him. There you go. So, oh, I also need to level someone up. These guys are all maxed. So we'll go ahead and we'll get her up to 49. I'm using her as a tank. I don't want to invest a ton in her, but she'll be helping us out with that tank battle. Since we're probably going to need both up before we're able to successfully do the second tier until we get a much higher level, but it's not going to hurt. Alright, turning everything in right now. Get our sims, and now we can go ahead and try and do some of our battles. So go to our cantina. We'll be farming our Jedi, which we kind of are now, so we're going to go ahead and do all 60 of our energy into him. See where that gets us as far as his shards. If we want to keep farming his, yeah, we'll go ahead and spend some time farming his in the hard battles. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3. Wow, that's good luck. And then he has 2 more on the dark side. There's 1. There's 2. I'm not going to complain since I got 5 out of 6. And can I get any more here? Like we can do 2 more real quick. And yeah, 1 more. Hey, that's pretty darn good. So we ended up getting him up to 28 out of the 30. We're going to get 1 more chance today, but then we can also spend those cantinas and might be able to get him up to 4 stars. It's going to be nice. Benefit to us because he is our kind of second healer. So we can also upgrade him a little bit. We can do 50% damage there, which is going to be a big one. Or we can do chance to gain turn meter, special, a bit more on the heal. I'm definitely going to do his basic attack because at 15%, typically, 4 to 5 is when you're going to get that big boost. So if you can get those, they're definitely going to be a big help for us. So I'll go ahead and get him because he's a little bit weaker on the attack, so that'll help him out a little bit there. Also help his healing a little bit. So adds to his turn meter, and we'll go ahead and do it. We can get his heal up too. Alright, sweet, so we got him to level 5 on both of those. So that combined with him getting up to 4 stars should be pretty nice for us. Okay, anywho, turning in all of those, it takes us down to our basic ones left, our arenas, our challenges, and our galactic war. So, again, where we're at, actually let's see if we can buy anything. Nope. No, I wish they showed the arena currency here on this screen. So you have to go into the shop to see it. Because they show it here. But we can't buy the Galactic War either. Alright. We can buy Bronzium though, real quick. Alright. So, arena. We're we're definitely under 500. We're probably going to be safe there. I'll go ahead and start parting some. We could try and get under 200. I'm having a kind of a hard time with where we are right now, so we'll just try and get our wins in. As long as we're staying under 500, we're pretty much happy. You'll get an extra 100 currency if we get under 200, and then, but the amount of effort that it takes to get there and grinding is sometimes just not even possible. It's not always worth it to spend a whole lot of time really focusing on that. It's that currency, it'll help you get one more pack of shards every like 4 days. So is it worth it to you? You got to make that call. So alright, anywho, we're doing pretty decent here. I should probably do a little bit more assisting here. I'll help him target, hey, kill the Jedi, he's almost dead. And then probably go for Barris. Kylo Ren is really good as far as damage goes. It doesn't look like he's doing a ton to us right now, though. He might not be very well geared. Oh yeah, he's not geared at all. He's only doing 500 on a basic attack, if that much health. So, let's focus on Barasafi. Alright, she didn't heal, so we can hopefully get her killed before she gets her heal back up. Nice stun. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and get on Kylo. He's got health, and okay, we're going to stop there. So when he does that, he basically gives himself the ability to counterattack. So after he does his AoE, he counterattacks everything for 1 turn. So he's not a huge threat, so I'm going to get right off just to kind of keep them from doing all that extra damage. I'm going to get on Mace Windu instead. So at least until that buff is off. Why did you just change targets? I don't know why they decide to randomly change targets, but sometimes they do. So once he gets his next round, then his buff will be off, and then we can get back on him. So we'll go ahead and finish him off. Mace is pretty darn low too, so we could have just finished him off. Both would be about the same amount of attacks, so. And then kill them both before they get their turn anyway, so not a big deal. Alright, and this auto to get rid of Ben. So we actually won this one. We're looking kind of, when I saw that they had a Kylo Ren, I was kind of scared, but then I saw that he had no damage on him, so not a big deal at all. Alright. If you're really looking for Kylo Ren, you're either going to need to get really lucky with your chromium packs, which is probably what you want, but then to level up past that, in your cantina, I believe when you get to the 4th stage, which is 53, is either the 3rd or the 4th one in, and you can start farming his shards that way. And if you really want him, because he is really good, you can go that route. Or you can just try and get there at level 53 and just pump all your canteen energy into that. Anywho, alright, what are we doing right now? Just resolve energy pretty much? Yeah, we did. So we just did our arena. It is Sunday, so we can do all of our challenges. I'm not going to show all these on screen. I'll go over the kind of strategy for what I do on Sundays. On Sundays, your trainer droids, your bounty hunter, and your ability mats are going to only have 3 charges, and then your gear ones are going to have 5 charges, just like they do on normal days. So typically, I'll run through my gear ones once, and then go off and start my Galactic War, do a little bit there, then come back, do those 3 again. So that gets everything's cooldown down to 3. Then go off and do some other stuff like a arena or cantina, or spend some energy in the dark side and light side. And then once I'm done with that, once I have all of these down to 3 charges, so these main 3, and then my energy ones, they'll have 3. Just start left and work your way right. By the time you finish the first one should be back up, and you can just go back through and just do that 3 times through and have all of those finished off. So that's my strategy. Just because of time, I'm not going to go through and do all of those again. You've seen me do all of them. You definitely do the attackers with the second tier. Support and healer, I think we still have only 2 characters. Yeah. And then tanks, I believe we have 3 now, which we could try. It's going to be difficult. Once you get 4, you should be able to kind of handle it though. Once we get Boba Fett, we should be able to do it. I'll give it a shot, but there's a good chance that we're not going to be able to do it there. So you're not going to see me do that on air here, just because of time. But with that, this has been day 22, and I will put up the Galactic War on my channel as well. So until then, this has been Dogmath, and I'll talk to you next.